Hello you guys, today we are going to be doing a hair tutorial on how I get this big, bouncy, curled, blowout, 90s, like voluminous, voluptuous hair. Are there any more like words I can use to describe it? Anyway, this is the hair that I always do. It's my go-to and you'll be shocked at how easy this is because I know that it seems like it looks hard. I would have looked at hair like this in the past and been like, I'm never gonna be able to do that. Or if I try that or like see a girl use a Dyson to do this or anything, I'd be like, well, my hair is just gonna fall in 5 minutes. Like that's not gonna work for me. And then I would have tried it in a different method and then it probably wouldn't have worked for me. But since I figured out this way of doing my hair, it has been literally like life-changing. Like I can't even, like actually, yeah, like life-changing. Like it has literally changed my entire hair game. I used to be like so not confident with my hair, and ever since I started doing my hair like this, I just feel like I have so much more confidence with it. And it's just something to be said about going out and knowing that your hair looks good and that like people are gonna stop you and like say, oh my gosh, like I love your hair. Like, I don't know, it's just such a good feeling and I want everybody to feel that way about their hair. So anyway, we're gonna go over everything today and it is like, I can't even stress enough just how simple it is. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this hairstyle and how I do my hair like literally every single day with minimal tools and products and everything, keep watching the video. And without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, change of scenery. We're currently in my bathroom and as you can see, there's not a whole lot going on back here as far as background and everything goes, which is why for my makeup tutorial, I wanted to do it in the living room and just like make it a little bit better. But for the purpose of this video, as far as like just doing my hair, we're just going to do this part in the bathroom. And if you're wondering why I seem to have a full face of makeup on, it is because, guys, like I can't even make this up. I filmed this video last night. I also filmed the whole taking out process this morning and everything. I got all the clips onto my computer ready to be edited. I went and checked the clips, no audio. So I've been doing stuff all day, filming all day, like doing whatever, and that's why I have a full face of makeup on. But my hair was so nice this morning. And now I just had to ruin it and get it all damp so that I could redo this, but it's okay. Every person who's ever made YouTube videos or anything, everybody's lost audio at some point. So, or they've like not had a camera recording or whatever it may be, and everybody's gone through this, so it's okay. I'm not alone here. We're just gonna redo it right now, and maybe this one will just turn out better. So I'm just gonna rely on the thought that the second time around it's gonna be better. I did my makeup routine twice and the second one definitely turned out better than the first one I was doing. So now we're doing this one twice and it's just gonna be better and it's all gonna be good. My makeup's definitely looking a little crusty and funky. I've had it on since this morning and it is now, let's see, 10:12 at night. So don't judge this makeup. But we're gonna start doing the hair. And all we need for this is very, very simple. All we need is 2 hair ties. I'm going to be using this wet brush to brush out my hair, and I also just used it to get my hair damp. I've somehow misplaced my spritzer bottle that makes my hair damp. I just searched literally my whole apartment for it. Couldn't find it anywhere. So I'm just getting my hair damp with this. Just took out those lovely curls, but it's okay. I didn't want to wash my hair because my hair is not dirty right now, so I don't want to like just go through the whole process of washing it just for the sake of it. I don't want to like overwash my hair, but so we just need that. And then I do use my Dyson Airwrap. There are dupes for this. I know that there are ones that are literally like $150, I think, and ones that are maybe like a little bit more pricey. But there are definitely ones that are not as pricey as this one, but I've had this since 2020. My fiance got it for me for my birthday back in 2020. So I've had this for about 4 years now because my birthday is in June. And I don't have like the filter shield on it. It was doing this thing where it was like turning off and it said to clean the filter. I tried to clean the filter and it was still happening. And then I took it off and it happens less now. Don't come for me. I know that that's important to have on there, but I can't have it on there right now. I'll figure it out at some point. But anyway, this is held up for 4 years now, and I love it so much. It's like literally the best investment. Like I use it all the time, and nothing does my hair quite like it. But also, if you don't have a Dyson Airwrap, this method that I do my hair can also be done with a curler. So if all you have at your disposal is a curler, you can still do the same method and just pin your curls that you do with the curler. Just be a little bit more careful because we like take the curl off of the Dyson and then pin it, and you'll see once we get into it, but you just have to be more careful with that. And it's definitely going to give a little bit of a different look. It might not be as fluffy, but that's okay. Like there's no one right way to do hair. And I've actually done it with like my curler before, and it was still good. Like it just gave like a little bit of a different vibe, just not as fluffy, more like smooth, which I still think is beautiful. And then you can tease it and everything the next day, and it's still great. So anyway, we're going to get into it. Also, this sweater I'm wearing, it is a sweater, it's not a robe. It's so dirty. That's why I have it like tucked inward. It's dry clean only, and dry cleaning and me like don't always mix. Like I've needed to get this dry clean for like probably almost a year now, and I haven't. So yeah, but it's okay. We're just gonna leave it like that, and eventually it will get dry cleaned. When? Can't tell you. Okay, let's get into the hair. So we're going to start out by sectioning out our hair. So I'm going to take the top section of my head first, actually the full mohawk. So like we're gonna be taking it all the way down the back and sectioning out a mohawk. So for this section of the hair over here, I'm going to put this in a ponytail holder. And I always start with the mohawk of my head. It works a lot better to work from the top of your head and the back of your head and then go down, because then the pinned curls don't get in the way of doing the next section of hair. So I like to work from the top down on this. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. You could use a comb to section out your hair like probably normal people do. I'm just like pretty lazy with my hair. And if there's one thing you're gonna notice, it's that I am lazy with my hair. And as much as it doesn't seem like it, because it seems like my hair probably like takes me like so much time and so much effort and all this is like the lazy, non-talented hair girl's guide to making your hair look like you spent hours doing it and perfecting it. Even though it's like, it's kind of messy curls in a way. Like when I have my hair done, I'm like always flipping it all around and everything, but, and it kind of can look messy, but like in a good way, question mark. Anyway, so you're gonna look like this. You have like a mohawk of hair down. This is what it looks like in the back. I've actually never seen what that looks like. Anyway, we're gonna start with, this one's right? Yeah, we're gonna start with the attachment where if you look at it in the mirror, the arrow's going upward. And this is what we're going to curl this entire mohawk section with. Oh, and forgot to mention one last tool that you're gonna need. You need bobby pins. I got this container of bobby pins from Amazon, and it's really nice because a ton of them came in here and then they all just stay here. So it's like every time I take them out, I put them back in here, and every time I use them, take them out of there. I never lose them, and there are a ton of them. I've actually like given my friends a lot of them when they've needed them, and you can't even tell that any are missing. So this is great. And I'll also be linking all the things that I use below. As always, I've only made a few videos, but as I will always do, I will always link everything below. So even though there's not a whole lot to even link below in this video, I'm telling you guys, it's really simple. Take this attachment, again with the arrow going up, and then we're going to take the front section of our hair. And I'm gonna be needing to get my hair wet as I do this because it was very dry. I don't mean dry in a bad way. I mean, it was just like, I usually do this after I shower, and it's been drying for like maybe 30 minutes or something, and I shower at night. So, and also another side note, I always do my hair at night. This really allows the curls to set as long as possible, and it saves me a lot of time in the morning because I hate doing my hair in the morning. It takes up so much time, and then especially like the way that I get my hair to look the way it does and stay all day and everything is by letting my curls set fully dry in their curled form and fully cool down in their curled form. And the best way for me to do this is to sleep on my pinned curls. It is totally comfortable. I don't even really notice that they're there. I'm a pretty restless sleeper and I'm tossing and turning like all night and doing whatever. And they stay pretty well. And it doesn't even matter if some of the pieces kind of pop out or anything like that. By the time they might be falling out in the middle of the night, they will have probably already been set. But this just allows me to get it done at night, and then all I do in the morning is a very simple like unpinning and brushing process, which I'll show you once we get there. And yeah, so I highly recommend sleeping on your curls. Every person who I've told about this method who has tried it has absolutely loved it, and everybody's always weary of it at first, and then they do it and they're like, okay, this is like amazing. Why is my hair literally lasting all day and it's looking better than it's ever looked? And I just swear by it. I don't even know how I like conjured up this method, but I don't know, call me Da Vinci. I am an inventor. Just kidding. I definitely didn't invent this. Pretty sure women invented this method in the 50s, but I feel like they used curlers and we're not using curlers, and I really hate Velcro rollers. I think that they're damaging to the hair and they rip out the curl, and that's just my opinion. If you like Velcro rollers, and you feel like they work for you, by all means use them. I just don't think that they work for me. Anyway, so we're gonna start out with this front piece, and let me back up. We're just going to curl it. Okay, and now here is where your first few times maybe be like a little bit difficult. We're going to take this curl off of the barrel, set our Dyson down, grab a bobby pin, and we're just going to pin this to the head. And I'm going to use 2 bobby pins, and I probably use 2 bobby pins per each curl, if not sometimes 3, depending on how it's staying. All right, so first curl is done. I'm looking like, what's that dinosaur? Is it Ducky? Am I looking like Ducky from Land Before Time? If you're around my age, you'll understand that reference. Okay, so we're gonna take the next section of damp hair. This definitely works best with damp hair, and we're just gonna be curling this entire mohawk this way. And I kind of wiggle it. Again, taking it off the barrel, grabbing a booby pin and just pinning it. And also, I should note, I use my Dyson on full blast on the full heat. Okay, second curl done. So I'm just gonna do my entire mohawk this way, all the way down to the back, and then I will come back. Okay, so top section is done. Here's what it looks like. I've never seen what it looks like from the back, so when I watch this back, that'll be interesting. But okay, so now we're gonna start on the sides. And guys, Taylor's new album just came out, and I was just finishing up the mohawk section. I was listening to some of the songs, and before I started this, I started listening to some of the songs. Okay, this is like wrapped in my hair. Ow. So now I'm going to take the top section of each side of my hair. I have hand-tied wefts in my head, which is extensions. And so I just take like the section right above my extensions. Not that that really helps if you don't have extensions, but that's where I take it because it just seems like a good place to start. And then I do the same to this side. I don't know if you guys can hear Dom at all, but something about Dom is if I'm filming something, he's going to be gaming. And it's kind of cute in the background, honestly. I'm like, I hope you guys don't mind him. I'm like, I love hearing him like play games, which I feel like is like so many girls are like, oh my God, I'll never date a boy who plays video games. I'm like, I will marry one because it's like such a pure hobby. It's like you're not going out and getting drunk. You're playing video games with your friends. Like, cute. I love it. Probably shouldn't be having coffee this late at night. Okay, so let's get this damp. I'm not gonna get the roots damp, but everything except for the roots. Let's get that damp and nice. This is the time where we switch out the barrel to the one where if you're looking at it in the mirror, the arrow is pointing down. And this is the only time I switch it out. The rest of the time I do my hair, I do it like this. So, and I used to actually switch in like the middle section and go upward, but I have recently not been doing that, and I'm gonna be doing this hair tutorial on how I've recently been doing my hair. So we are going to take this section of hair, and I'm actually going to take the full top section of it and curl it all at once. I hold the barrel this way, just kind of get it started, wrap it around, and then just curl it. Same thing where I take the curl off of the barrel like this. I hold it, bobby pin it, and a second bobby pin coming in from the back. Voila. And now I'm gonna do this side. And I don't switch the barrel, I just come at it from this direction. It's like caught on something. Okay, now we'll pin this one. Okay, so you can get the gist of how it's starting to look. By the end of this, you guys are gonna be like dying at like what I look like if you haven't seen it already, and like what my fiance has the pleasure of going to sleep next to every night I do my hair. To give you an idea ahead of time, I think Kitty from that 70s show. Okay, so now we're just gonna do the exact same thing with the second section of hair, except we'll do more than one curl this time, since it'll be a bit more hair than that little top section I had. Ponytail this. And I really do only like 3 sections of hair, like working down each side of my head. And then, so we end up with 4 sections total. We have the mohawk. Well, I guess we have 7 sections total, the mohawk, and then 3 sections on each side working downward. Don't know if mohawk is the proper term for that middle section of the head, but I never claimed to be a hair expert. I just claimed to have figured out a way how to do my hair nicely. So when I'm doing these side sections of hair, like the mohawk part of the head, I work front back, and that's just easier for me. Okay, so same way. Also the ones that like touch your ear, like, not gonna lie, they're a little hot. But it's like not that bad. Like it's not like burning me, but just don't say I didn't warn you. It's a little hot. Okay, so this is what it's starting to look like. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the rest of my head, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we're ready to go to sleep. Okay, so I've just finished curling my hair. As you can see, this is what I meant by Kitty from that 70s show. Here's what it looks like 360. Okay, so literally now I just go to sleep on this, and it's totally fine, it's totally comfortable. Pieces may fall out when I'm sleeping, I don't know. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But yeah, this is what I do, and this is the key to the big bouncy hair that lasts all day and that looks like the 90s supermodel type of hair and everything. I can't say this is how they did it, but this is how I've managed to achieve the look. So anyway, I'm going to go to bed. I'm gonna scrub the living hell out of my face because I need to get this freaking makeup off. It feels so disgusting on my face at this point. But anyway, I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, you guys. I've just gone ahead and done my makeup, and I'm about to take out my hair, and as you can see, it stayed pretty dang well. So this is like just a testament to how people always are like, doesn't it fall out when you sleep and stuff? And I'm like, no, and I'm a really restless sleeper, so it stays, but I toss and turn all night. So we're gonna go ahead and take it out and to take it out, I usually start at the bottom. I have my little container of bobby pins to just put them away as I'm doing it. Also, if you've noticed, oh, is it focused? Yeah, like this nail is not nailing. It broke. And I have a nail appointment for my friend's wedding a week from Tuesday. So I'm just holding off until then, but they're so grown out. So just keep that in mind before you judge my nails. Anyway, so we're gonna start at the bottom, and I'm just gonna show you how I really, really quickly and easily style it. And I'm actually going to take photos today. We're actually going back to the tennis court because Mac wants to get a different set of photos there. And I'm like, you know what? I really liked my last tennis court pictures. I'm gonna like try to switch up the way that I do it this time and wear like obviously different outfit and everything. But I'm like, I could get another round of those. Something about like the way that the lighting and everything works there, it's really pretty. So anyway, this is what it looks like when you start taking it out. And you have to be very sure that you get out all the bobby pins, because there have been so many times where I'm like going about my day, I come home, I'm like getting ready for bed, I am brushing my hair, putting it up, whatever, and I'm like, oh, what is this? And it's a rogue bobby pin. So, but I guess they just get buried in my hair, and I'm like, I guess nobody else sees it, or if they do see it, they just don't tell me, and they're not real ones for not telling me. All right, so we're almost done. Oh my gosh, look at how short it looks before I brush it out. Okay, and last one. Okay, and this is what it looks like when I first take it out. Yeah, so right now it's kind of giving like 80s poodle. We don't want it to give 80s poodle, we want to give it 90s supermodel blowout. So the only two things I use for the styling of this, which you guys are gonna be like, oh my God, like that's like literally so easy. Like this is really an easy hair tutorial. Like I can't stress enough just how easy this is. But I use two different types of brushes. But to brush it out, I have my boar bristle brush. So I use my boar bristle brush and I use this teasing comb. If you don't have a teasing comb, I will also use like the regular, like not wide tooth comb. What's the opposite of wide tooth comb? Like thin tooth comb, but like I don't think that's what it's called. Maybe it is. Anyway, I'll link all the options below. But if you don't have a teasing brush, you can use another comb. This is just better for the teasing part. And I don't even always tease, but today we're gonna tease because that's when my hair looks probably the best. This brush, okay, you don't need to spend $500 on a boar bristle brush. I got this one from Amazon. I think it was like $45, and it does the job. I can't say that it works as great as a $500 brush would. I have never used one, so I don't know exactly, but this seems to do the trick. And also something great about boar bristle brushes, my best friend Lauren actually put me on to this type of brush, and what it does is it evenly distributes oils throughout your hair. And I'm somebody who gets oily hair like in my scalp really quick. So this, if you like brush it and then like your hair is like getting used to it, it evenly is distributing the oil. So that way the oil's not building up on your scalp, it's distributing it throughout the rest of your hair. So not only does it make you less oily as quick, but it also keeps your hair nicer, shinier, all the good things. So anyway, I really recommend this brush. I've seen a pretty big difference in my oiliness and like the health of my hair since using this brush. So anyway, I just start at the bottom, and when you're brushing out, you should always start at the bottom, because if there are tangles up here, you don't want to be brushing them downward and then causing like a bigger knot, and it's also kind of like damaging. So I always start at the bottom and then work my way up. And I basically just brush all of this out. And I kind of start brushing backwards. I like to brush backwards and kind of give it like a windblown effect. I also feel like brushing backwards kind of poofs it a little bit, and I love it to be poofy. And don't forget to brush underneath the hair too, because sometimes when I don't brush underneath, I get like kind of like little awkward like wavy parts underneath. But this also just like combines all the curls and like makes them very fluffy and poofy together. So how it started versus how it's going. And this is just way more like of that classic, like big, bouncy, like sexy hair. I feel like it gives like the energy of that Pinterest hair. Like those AI girls who have like the really pretty hair. Like that's basically what we're trying to achieve, but in real life and not AI generated, because technically it's like impossible to get that perfect of hair. But anyway, so this side we're good. I'm gonna brush out this side. Okay. And then I just kind of like give myself my side part. If you are around my age, you probably like a side part. If you're a little bit younger than me, you're like, girl, stop with the side part. But I think that honestly a side part is like the most classic. Like it looks so beautiful. It's like the typical like very classic elegant look, and I like the volume that I get right here with the side part. So, and I don't keep it like this like all throughout the day. I kind of like whip my hair all around, but anyway, I like the volume from a side part. And I'm like right on the cusp of like Gen Z and millennial. By the way, I am a 96 baby. So I sometimes like a middle part, sometimes like a side part. I go both ways. I'm like what I think is like considered a zillennial, like on the cusp. But I don't care. I like my side part. Okay, so now we're all brushed out. It's looking very good and big and bouncy and fluffy. And I love this type of hair because it's like, we're doing it like this, but then we can also just like throw it all around. Like it always looks good, like no matter which way you're throwing it. And yeah, it's just like, it's like literally the easiest hair, but looks like it took the most time. And it takes no longer than doing any other hairstyle. Like honestly, I think it would take me longer to straighten my hair, like to make it really straight. Like that is way more difficult. And like I have more of like a mental breakdown doing that than anything else in the world. So this is no problem for me. And it took me so long how to figure out how to do my hair, guys. Like I used to not get it at all. I wouldn't do anything to it. I would let it air dry. I would maybe brush it and I would go. And everybody knew it. Like I've talked about it to like friends now. They're like, yeah, you used to do nothing to your hair. And I'm like, because I didn't know how to freaking do it, okay? And now that I know how to do my hair and it's like easy, I'm like, oh my God. And I went on this like journey. I want to say like I started it a little over a year ago and I was like, I want to be a girl who's good at hair. I want to be a hair girl. I want to be one of those girls on the internet who has that hair that everybody's like, oh my God, like I love your hair. Yeah, it's just like, it's just so crazy. Like I swear that like anything is possible. Like if I can conquer hair, you can conquer anything in this world and you can take that to the bank. So here's what it's looking like from the back. And I always bring my brush with me wherever I go because my curls like to come back and like separate and then, hold on, let me go close Tom's door. But anyway, so as I was saying, my curls will like separate and get like less poofy and more like ringlety. So I always bring my brush anywhere that I go so that I can just like keep brushing it out and it like stays looking good all day. So because we pinned it and we let it set for so long, brushing it's not going to like flatten it out or brush out the curl or anything like that. It's gonna stay like this, and you will probably, maybe depending on your hair type, have the thing too where it like it kind of unfluffs and like wants to like separate back into the curls and you'll brush it out again. And I do that all day, and then even the next day my curls are still intact. They're like not as like they're not as tight, like it turns into like more of like a wave. And then even the day after that, I will still have like nice hair. So trust me, like brushing it's not gonna do anything bad to it. Like with the whole like pin, like going from damp to dry with the Dyson and then letting it sit overnight and cool completely, dry completely, like your hair is going to last literally all day. And if it doesn't, I don't know, like sue me. I'm somebody who has really fine hair. I'm somebody who has hair that falls. this is the only thing that has ever worked for me. So anyway, so now we're gonna tease the hair a little bit just to give it a little extra oomph right here. So I'm just gonna take like this top section, tease this like that, and then, ooh, I just punch myself in the head. Careful you don't do that. And that, and then I gently brush over that to smooth it out. And it just creates that like little bit of extra volume right there. I'm gonna go ahead and do it on this side as well. I tease a little bit like extra on the side where more of my hair is from the part. But if you're somebody who parts in the middle, I would just do the same amount to both sides, obviously. Hair's looking big, it's looking juicy. And then kind of like zhuzh. And then if we're gonna do it, we're also gonna do it in the back. We don't want a flat back of our head with voluminous sides. That could look a little bit funky. Oh my God, my ring is like twisting all around. My finger sizes change every day. Does that happen to anybody else? Because some days this ring is like kind of tight, and then other days it's like, woo, like spinning all around, but never loose enough to fall off, thank God. Okay, and that's literally it. Like, we're done with the hair. Like, I'm gonna go about my day. I'm going to go take my pictures. Like, this is all I do to my hair. As you can see, that was like, I mean, I think it's really simple. Like, as long as you can figure out how to use a Dyson, or even if you wanna use your curler, as long as you can just like figure that part out where like you just curl backwards and then curl downwards, pin it. Like, once you get a knack for it, like, it'll go so quick, and like you'll be like, oh my God, I should have been doing this the whole time. Like, all of my friends who started doing it, they're like, at first they're like, oh my God, like this is so hard, but then they all get it and they all love it. So it's just like, I could not recommend more. Like, you'll get used to it, trust me. If you're like a little bit nervous about it, it'll be good, and your hair is gonna look freaking stunning. I just love all this volume, and like I love like putting it all to one side. I just feel like it's just such a flattering hairstyle too. Like, it looks good on everybody. It's like very 90s classic for a reason. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is probably gonna be my hairstyle that I do. I don't know. Like, I don't know how I'll ever stop doing this, truly. Like, maybe I'll upgrade the technique eventually or something, but like, I don't know how I'm ever gonna be like, no, I don't want my hair like this. Okay, anyway, we are all done, and I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. If you do this hair, I would love to see it. Like, send me a DM, post it, tag me, do whatever. Like, I would absolutely love to see like your results and like how it works for you. I would absolutely love to see it. So anyway, I am going to go now. I'm gonna go get pictures with Mac, but thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, you can catch me on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, shop my LTK, all the things. So anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.